It's now possible to create an array from a selection set. Let's start first by creating a selection set. We'll select this vert and assign a new selection set, and we'll name it 1. Now we need more vertices to create the array. So let's duplicate this geometry. We'll create several copies of this cone here. Now we need to add the object to the schematic view. We're going to need 2 nodes to complete this. First, we're going to need the mesh data array. So we'll add that in. We'll go ahead and connect up the cone to the mesh data array. And now we need a create polygon node. Now we'll move this over here and then connect up the mesh data array to the create polygons. And of course, we'll need a mesh to store this new data into. So create a mesh item and then connect that up to the geometry of the create polygons. Now we need to define what this is actually going to create. So we'll set this to line and then go back to the mesh data array and then pick the selection set that we created. And now it creates lines between each of these vertices. In this case, we used a single mesh, but you can also use instances and also multiple mesh items. So with this method, we used vertices to create the array, but we can also use polygons. In this example, what we've done is applied a selection set to some polygons, then duplicated the entire schematic structure, connected everything up appropriately. Now we need to specify the selection set, and this one's called 2. Then we turn on per element, and it will create some polygons because by default it's set to faces inside of the create polygon. Let's change it to curves, and then go into wireframe mode, and you can see that we have the curve here. And we'll turn off the closed mesh, which is also on by default. And there we go. That's the mesh data array in MODO 13.